But I do now. Look at the cute girl in front of you. Only one sin was born. Suddenly, he was dragged back to reality by a roar. Yeah, the animal fragment just now. Here you go. Be good. They were still yelling at the approaching Kobayashi. See this scene. Hong Hu stood directly behind Yao Lin. Look at them with ferocious eyes. See the powerful aura of Hong Tu. The wolves were shaking with fear. See them eat obediently. Can't help but wonder if we are praised or you are awesome. Xiaohong. Jiao Xiaohong. Kobayashi is really familiar with it. Those 4 wolves were caught just now. Kobayashi. How dare you play with that? Never mind. There is a red cloth watching. I think we'll be okay. Except for 4 wolves and this white rabbit. And this monkey. If you don't wrap it around with branches, it's the most hilarious moment. But this cow is too docile. If you know you can't beat it, just lie quietly. The biggest headache is him. We were just arguing. This guy is generally distributed in Africa and Southwest Asia. How did you get here? I'll deal with it later. These guys? There's still a positive society. Open the properties panel. Look at your level attribute surface in front of you. And introduce your abilities. There are also large numbers. Newly acquired ability attributes. A new round of strengthening begins. Not only have I reached the first level, all abilities can continue to be enhanced. Along with his natural talent, he also became stronger. There are 149 of these points. Enough to take my strength to a higher level. Also unlocked 2 new abilities. Male lead. Look carefully at the ability introduction on the properties panel. Look at the display above. The male protagonist decisively started the ability upgrade. Although this ability to replace is not uncommon, many plants have. Secretes special substances to stimulate human nerves. The male protagonist immediately uses thick fog to cover the heel, ability to change, enveloping a large area of the canyon. I am currently a first order, and then you can go up to the next level. Although I really want to find me immediately, axe snake for revenge. But it's not good to attract stronger enemies. Tomahawk snake must rush. But now I must endure. After making sure there are no stronger enemies around, it's the decisive battle with the tomahawk snake. Kobayashi and Hong Hu shrouded in fog. Can't find the direction. I can't feel the smell of the male protagonist. I'm behind you. Both of them being watched from behind by a male leader follower. A scary sentence. The male protagonist said to Hong Fu that it was getting late. You send them down the mountain. Don't tell anyone about your father. lest Dad be taken away for experimentation. Don't even say Grandpa. After hearing the man's words, Hong Fu also immediately sent them down the mountain. Kobayashi said excitedly on Hong Fu's back, "Everything that happened today is too late." Hunted by a pack of beasts in the morning, now riding a dragon. The first time in the world of evil spirits. Days like this are really comfortable. Little Red Fox, thank you. The male protagonist on the other side. The second round of reinforcement has begun. Look at the water paint on the panel. There is still 129 essence milk left. Immediately started to strengthen the face with root strengthening and replace thicker eyebrows. All living organisms need to actually create faces. The male protagonist did not hesitate to confirm the upgrade. When the male protagonist strengthens his ability, the creatures in a 10-mile radius keep jumping. The beasts resolute. Let them feel that a new hegemon is emerging. After a while, the male protagonist finally gave the remaining gift. It's all reinforced. Suddenly, a creature came running in front of the wolves. The wolves were taken aback by the sudden sound. I saw a tall figure in front of me and exudes a powerful aura. The wolves were shivering in their cages. It turned out that the scene the wolves just saw. Only the men are left to try the food. Level 2 thick fog and replacement. Far more than the male protagonist expected. And watch the bison immerse themselves in their environment. Only 14 points of essence left after shaking. The remaining evolution points are not enough to strengthen the natal talent. The male protagonist can only stare blankly at the attribute panel. The current main tree root also extends 100 meters underground. You can clearly feel the continuous flow of spiritual power. Yong'an, an underground river 100 meters deep. It actually contains a large amount of unknown substances. It's not an exaggeration to say Lin Shay. These tree roots are still obediently underground. Letting Shao King and Linger watch the rice will scare them. And the gorillas came back, right? Still no sign of the tomahawk snake. It seems that the last blow hurt him a lot too. Keep looking. That guy swallowed half of my branches. Will definitely come again. Can't resist this temptation. The wolves on the side kept roaring. Hear the howling wolves. Controlling the wicker towards the wolves. Unleash a powerful aura to suppress the wolves. Just as the male protagonist was teaching the wolves a lesson, I happened to be bumped into by Shaolin Zhao King and the others. Speaking of Dad, you're bullying them again. Are you here so early? Shao King is still complaining that the wolf is so cute. How can you bully the Wolf King? He also carefully cleaned up the wounded wounds of the wolves. Sorry, it hurts. We'll flee soon. See the gentle little green. The wolves are quiet. This scene surprised the male protagonist. The villain on the side snatched the beef jerky from Honey Pomelo. I saw the Honey Pomelo that sneaked out. The male protagonist quickly controlled the wicker and put it back. This time, your hands and feet are tied to death. Saw close friends tied back up. Shaolin took out the beef jerky for him to eat again. I ate with the pomelo. Pomelo suddenly. He took out the food he found. I was thinking, see, only the two of them have food. The monkey trapped in the tree struggled desperately. I was worried. It's dangerous for them to stay with these creatures. Completely stunned. This scene is also unexpected for the male protagonist. Think about it too. Early humans were unable to rely on, survive in this world. Maybe I found a treasure by accident. From the very beginning, the male protagonist has been nervous since he came to this world. It's nice to relax like this once in a while. In a small town on the other side of the canyon. Elder sister, be quick, please. Oh. Okay. Don't keep running to the back mountain, you two. It's gonna be okay. Grandpa, since their father passed away. I haven't heard their noise in a long time. That's pretty good too. After hearing the man's words, silence for a while. But why do they always run into the mountains? The other side of the canyon. The male protagonist suddenly sneezed. The male protagonist discovers that the farmer is missing. I'm not going to pick up those two sisters again. In the past half month, their relationship has become better than mine. Xiaohong, are you coming to pick us up today too? After receiving both of them, quickly run in the direction of the male protagonist. Zhao Qing has been giggling since she saw Shaolin just now. What? Kobayashi suddenly took out a bag of fertilizer. After seeing that, Kobayashi took out fertilizer, very disgusted. Smirk. And he has a sweet tooth. Grandpa has diabetes again. Hear this. The chick is even more disgusted. As they caught up, the sky is slowly getting dark. Looking at the sky slowly darkening, Dao has to hurry back to his father. The tomahawk snake suddenly appeared beside them, stopped in front of them. The sudden appearance of the tomahawk snake stopped Honghyu's footsteps. And the first time I saw the huge tomahawk snake, frightened them. Tomahawk snake won't give it to him. We have a plan for any reaction. Attack them quickly. And all that came was their tragic screams. The male protagonist's side was also attacked by other creatures. The gorillas also struck immediately. What attacked the male protagonist was a swarm of bees. The fastest has arrived in front of the male protagonist. The male protagonist controls the thick roots, grass nest, the face of the bees. It wasn't easy to lure you here. Being obedient has become part of my evolution. The male protagonist also accelerated the waving speed of the tree roots. Everywhere I go, there's a figure. After the battle, the male protagonist burst into laughter. Look at the evolution obtained on the panel. No, no. Thanks to you. The male protagonist is not stingy, gave the gorillas the essence of life. Thinking of the energy that went into developing them in the first place, it is correct. Now the gorilla longsword has entered level 7. The strength is stronger than before. Here we go. It's just starting to strengthen the roots. See reinforcement requirements on the panel. It also hurts. Let's strengthen a root first. You must push your strength to the peak of the extraordinary first order as soon as possible. After the male protagonist confirms the strengthening, there was a scream. The male protagonist is unable to control the tree roots and wave them around. The strengthened root surface is also slowly planted. Fragile surface tree. Hard roots grow back on the surface of the roots. The bison stared blankly at the metamorphosed roots.